Good day. My topic for today is the physiology of the human visual system, and I will be connecting it to the movie Top Gun. Light waves from the objects in the environment pass through the transparent cornea at the front of the eye and proceed to the iris. Light is focused into the retina at the rear of the eye by the lens. To bring images into focus on the retina, each lens adapts in the shape through a process called accommodation. The optic chiasm is where the two optic nerves meet, and each eye has its own optic nerve. Signals then travel through the brain's two optic tracts. Top Gun, a 1986 American action drama film. After their evaluation on the sea, Cougar, the top aviator, chose to quit. Since Maverick and his partner Goose are one of the top aviators next to Cougar, they are the ones who get to attend the Top Gun. On their first day of training, Maverick's goal is to defeat the instructor. Through doing this, he breaks a rule. He have been reprimanded and his teammates are having a trouble getting along with him because of his attitude when it comes to flying the plane. During one of their training, something happened to the engine of the plane that causes the death of Goose. Maverick almost quit because of that, but everyone around him believed in his skills. When he was stationed to be the backup of eyes in one of their assignments, he did a pretty good job. After that, he decided to become an instructor in the Top Gun. From the eye to the brain. Cones and rods are two types of visual receptor cells in the retina. The fovea or core region of the retina contains 6 million cones. Cones are responsible for color vision as well as eyesight sharpness. In the outer portions of the retina, there are 125 million rods. Cluster rods are designed for low light vision and movement sensing. The retina geniculate straight root is the primary link between the eye and the cortex. The lateral geniculate nuclei of the thalamus transfer information from the retina to V1 and then V2. The retina geniculate straight system also has another significant aspect. Within this system, there are two generally independent channels or pathways. The parvocellular pathway is the most sensitive to color and fine detail, with cones providing the majority of its input. The magnocellular pathway is the most sensitive to movement information, with rods providing the majority of its input. As a pilot and radar intercept officer, their eyes should be sharp and able to clearly see their surroundings. In the movie, Maverick and the others are flying a fighting plane, so they use both eyes to maneuver and use the plane to hit the enemies. In the first scene, where they miss to see where the enemy come because of the strong light of the sun and the angle where the enemy came, become a blind spot for the pilots. I think that Maverick magnocellular pathway is more active because it reacts fast to the enemy movements. Dorsal and ventral string. According to Norman, 2002, the dorsal system is primarily concerned with the use of visual information to guide behavior in one's environment. Its speed is relatively fast, have a high temporal frequency which is motion, and it is body-centered, while the ventral system is primarily concerned with the use of visual information for knowing one's environment, that is, detecting and distinguishing previously encountered items as well as strong fresh visual information for future encounters. Its function is recognition or identification, have a high spatial frequency which is details, memory-based, object-centered, and more. Since in the movie they are flying a fighting plane, its purpose is to detect incoming enemies and to hit bomb enemies within a limit range. Maverick is really fast in maneuvering the plane enough to dodge the enemy's attack, and he can quickly adjust to the situation. As a trainee pilot, in Top Gun, they are taught many things as to what they have to do in certain situations and what not to do. They have a good memory, storing a lot of strategy on how to maneuver and attack the enemy at the same